As you know, the anime Attack on Titan: The Last Attack premiered in Japan on November 8th, and its global release is expected soon, though no specific worldwide release date has been confirmed yet as far as I know. In this video, I want to dive into some theories about an alternate ending for Attack on Titan. Stick around, because I'm going to share a fascinating theory and an epic plot twist that not only changes the ending, but also transforms the entire series. In my opinion, Ymir actually designed the entire Attack on Titan narrative for a specific purpose. The ending we saw, a tragic one, unfolded when Mikasa killed Eren, severing his head to show Ymir that it was possible to stand up to oppression after 2,000 years. Ymir witnesses someone choosing reason over love and freeing themselves from the torment of love, which is why we see her smile. However, the one-sided interaction between Mikasa and Ymir felt unnecessary and hints at the possibility of something deeper. Here's a detail I remembered that 90% of fans likely missed. At one point in the anime, Ymir, as the founding Titan, is shown to be a combination of all 9 Titans. This means she was actually the first Attack Titan, possessing the power to see the future. In Season 4, we saw someone with the power to send memories to Titans before and after them, creating their own timeline. We also saw that previous Titans can still access their powers, even when their original user is gone or dead. Considering Ymir is the first and greatest Titan among them, it doesn't seem like she created the Titans to follow this specific path. Instead, it appears she was building something much bigger. Right before Mikasa and Ymir say goodbye and Ymir disappears, we get a very brief flashback. This flashback seems extremely significant. It gives us a glimpse of Ymir choosing not to block the spear aimed at King Fritz. Instead, she embraces her children, choosing to spend her life with them. In my opinion, this is where Ymir uses the power of the Titan to send memories of freeing Eren from the chains of conviction to Mikasa. This moment coincides exactly with the spear being thrown and about to hit the king. These two flashbacks reveal that the past was also altered. This time, Ymir chooses not to stop the spear to save King Fritz. Instead, she chooses her children to live, leading to a significant change in the future. This altered future is one we never got to see. The story of Attack on Titan revolves around the spear being thrown and Ymir stopping it. This flashback shows us that the entire sequence of events in Attack on Titan unfolded the way it did because of Ymir's decision to block the spear, creating the timeline we followed. But I have other examples to prove my point. Remember that the idea of altering the past in Attack on Titan has occurred more than once. Eren has done exactly the same thing. What am I trying to prove? I want to demonstrate that everything was orchestrated by Ymir, who altered the past over 2,000 years to change what had been done previously. We see Eren doing similar things, such as influencing his father to take the founding Titan's power, or manipulating Dina's Titan to overlook her maternal instincts and devour his mother for a specific purpose. These examples reinforce that changing the past isn't new in Attack on Titan. What I'm sharing with you in this video is something that fits within the grand narrative of the story, but it's not entirely new. We've seen it happen before. One of the things Eren says to Ymir is, "You were the one who guided me here. You've been waiting for this moment all these years." This is a huge revelation that challenges the entire structure of the story as we've understood it. What it implies is that Ymir orchestrated all of this to correct the mistakes made in the past. What does this mean? It means that Eren was never truly free. The freedom he thought he experienced wasn't real. It was an illusion of freedom, and he didn't even realize it. This could also explain why Eren reacted so violently when Armin called him a slave. It's almost as if Eren truly was a slave, and Armin understood that on some level. In the final conversation between Eren and Armin, Eren says, "This is freedom." When we watch the conversation, Armin calls him a slave, and Eren responds that he cannot see the consequences of his actions, only the singular outcome that must happen. Eren sees only this outcome, and the future beyond it doesn't exist for him. He tells Armin, "No matter how hard I try, I can't change the future." This makes sense, given the context of the conversation. In the conversation between Mikasa and Ymir, Mikasa thanks Ymir in a very strange way, saying, "Because of you, I was able to exist." This means that the entire storyline leading to this point, where Ymir saved King Fritz and prevented the spear from hitting him, led to Mikasa's existence. Mikasa seems to express her gratitude to Ymir, almost like she's thanking a god for her life. But at the same time, she knows that preventing the spear was a mistake, which led to a series of events spanning 2,000 years. This conversation is very complex. To me, it feels like Mikasa isn't just saying goodbye to Ymir. She's saying goodbye to the entire world. There are many moments throughout the story where this unique result happens, and Eren was only able to see this final outcome. This result for Eren seems to be the one he was satisfied with. In one of the last Crusade episodes, Mikasa and Eren are about to be eaten by wild dogs. We know that they are too weak to defend themselves, but suddenly, the dogs turn away after a few heartbeats. There is no explanation for this scene, but it highlights how important Mikasa is to the future, as her life is saved in this way. In the same episode, a butterfly appears, and Mikasa has a special reaction to it. This seems to convey that Mikasa understands that she cannot save Eren. A mysterious man tells Mikasa that Eren and death are inexplicably tied together, and it's as if their fate and the true future have been sealed, with no one able to change it. But why can't anyone change this future? It's all Ymir's fault, right? Additionally, butterflies are often symbolic of the soul, as well as the past and future, symbolizing something that is being added, something unclear. Ymir seems to send Mikasa a series of dreams through butterflies, preparing her for the tasks she will need to fulfill in the future. This is essentially a form of manipulation of people's wills, similar to the way Eren altered the past to ensure the future took a specific course. If we look at the parallels between Ymir and Eren, we see that Eren also manipulated the past at least twice to change the future, even though he wasn't sure what the outcome would be. The presence of hidden scenes and characters from various points in Eren's life, even as early as Season 1, demonstrates how the course of history was shaped. It seems like different versions of Eren are checking to make sure the outcome happens correctly. Ymir did the same by changing the past to change the future. We know that Ymir is even physically present throughout the whole cycle, and even at the end of Eren's life. Ymir seems to be reviewing this storyline, making sure everything goes according to her plan. Why do you think Ymir has to do this? What's the reason for Ymir's existence now? We know that in this storyline, Ymir's past wasn't hers. It seems like her past was stolen from her, and she had no freedom, not even the ability to speak. She was a slave to King Fritz, and the king forced her to take the lives of many people in this storyline. But that's not all. Even after her death, her fate is worse. She is forced to create the Titans, and what was created in the anime can never be what she hoped for. With the decision she made, she was never able to spend her days with her children. Ymir knows that by changing the past, she has to kill many people. She knows that in the end, Eren has to kill 80% of the world's population, and she knows that the cycle has to be fully completed so she can change her past. She has to take a lot of lives to gain her freedom. In my opinion, Ymir has enough motivation to change the future. I think the storyline we saw doesn't happen just once. Dozens of other storylines occurred where Ymir failed to succeed. In the final scene, it is clear that Eren's plan didn't work. In fact, Eren's plan didn't even work for him. He wiped out 80% of the world's population, but the conflicts in the world continued. Paradise Island was destroyed. He never got to enter the world with Armin, which is something he always dreamed of. The most tragic part of the story is that he never got to show Mikasa his love. He only got this opportunity through the power of the Titans and controlling Ymir. To prevent all the suffering caused by the Titans, I think choosing to use this power excessively and essentially waste it is illogical. If Eren had the will to do it himself, he definitely wouldn't have done this. He would have created a different storyline. All the lives and stories we've seen in the entire Attack on Titan series exist in this timeline only because Ymir chose to stop the spear. And when, at the end of the story, we see that Ymir was able to change the past and change her decision, showing this scene and Ymir's past means that Ymir just reached her goal and was able to change the past. I think this mistake, that only one person could use the power of the Attack Titan at any given time, disappears completely. I have reasons for my statement because the previous Titans can still use their abilities against Eren. That's why I say Ymir still has access to the power of the Attack Titan from the past. And it is clear in this scene that Eren sent this memory to Ymir. The opening of Eren's eyes in the final scene wasn't because of Mikasa's sword coming. I think it was because he was recording the moment and sending it to Ymir in the past. I said all of this to reach the point of why the episode is called 2000 Years The Future for You. Why for you? Who are you, and why 2,000 years in the past? What happened 2,000 years ago? It's clear now that Eren directly influences the decision Ymir made at that time by sending this scene to the past 2,000 years ago. The Founding Titan can receive memories from the future as well. We saw that when Frida brushed her hair, she could see Eren's image in the mirror. It doesn't matter if it's Eren, Ymir, or any other Titan. The memory that Mikasa extracts from Eren's eyes is the key to changing Ymir forever. This final image, the last eyes that opened, caused Ymir to change her decision 2,000 years ago. This leads to the theory that everything was a dream. It was the only solution that could eliminate all the pain and suffering. We see that the end of every Titan and Attack Titan leads to war and destruction, but the teaser after that holds a completely different meaning. In the teaser, we see a boy with his dog, and he looks very much like Eren from behind. Maybe he is one of Eren's descendants. In one theory, it was said that Eren and Mikasa get into a relationship, but Eren erases Mikasa's memory, and when their child is born, her memories return. In my opinion, the writer wants to say that the cycle of hatred in human life can only end if the cycle is corrected, and that too gradually. How many other story cycles could have happened or might have happened, but weren't shown to us? Do you think the theory I mentioned is correct? Can these cycles ever end? Those Erens who are overseeing in another story cycle, what are they exactly? What do you think happened to those others who oversaw the progression of this final story cycle? In our story, we saw how Ymir's decision to not stop the spear changed the entire story. What other events could have occurred? Well, I think you somewhat understand my point. I tried to explain everything with examples and share my thoughts that Attack on Titan is not really over yet, but we can never know for sure. This is all just a theory, and it could be true or not. If you like this video, make sure to like it, and if you want to support us, share it. If you're one of those who hasn't subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe because we plan to post a video every day. Thank you for staying with us till the end. Bye-bye.